I like to keep these recordings um, around 10 minutes because then you, the viewer, who may or may not be a future me, um, can say, well, that's enough. Or go get some buffet, go say, well, that one sounds interesting. July 14th, 2024, year that'll live in history. Either you get being part of this Web3 stuff, or it's going to be another, you've done it again, and it'll be 10, 20 years from now, you'll be going, God, I talked to a guy, I could have gotten in on the ground floor of that, but I didn't trust him. I didn't see it. And see, that's my epiphany for today. If you're not here, if you're not interested in what I'm saying, if you're not interested in what I'm offering, then you don't see it, right? You don't see it. Because if you saw it, you'd be here. See how that logic works? And it's one of those kind of things too, whether you join my company or not, or whether you get accepted in my company or not, I should say. It's not for everyone. I'm looking for very particular people. Um, I still advise you to get into Web3 because that's where the next thing's coming. That's where the next thing's coming. It's here now, actually. Is the point I'm trying to make. That's why I'm trying to start up this company. We want to be God, I'm itchy, itchy, itchy. Where the impact we're talking about to society is like the start of microcomputers being viable, coming from hobby into a commercial product. And everyone knew once IBM got into it, kaboom, almost all the companies would be wiped out, or have to stop making microcomputers. But that's another historic story. God, what is my? This is weird. It's itching me like crazy. I probably should dump something on it. So yeah, get into Web3, whether it's with me or not. Uh, I'm really not trying to sell anything other than this opportunity that I can offer to people if they'll partner with me. I want working partners. I'm not looking for venture cap. What I'm trying to do is make my first million. I'm trying to make our own venture capital. So within 2 years, you personally could have $1 million, but so does all your partners in the company. Okay. You don't need to wait for promotions. Oh, that's right. Did I mention that? Not in this recording, I don't think. It occurred to me more and more. I'm trying to think how can I find the entrepreneurial minded, which is probably what you needed to have to see it, so to speak. How well, my point is, I guess proper candidates, if I use that term, should be entrepreneurs already. So that brings me on another twist of well, I don't want to start talking about egos. We definitely don't want any NPDs and zero contact on NPDs, please. If someone's called you an NPD, go away. I don't want you as part of my world. Uh, that was a spooky sound. Um, so yeah, being attacked by an overly loving kitty. Um, yeah, one lady I talked to before our 7 minutes was up, said something about being an entertainer, and I thought, well, that's one of the epiphanies I had recently. At a higher level, one could say we sell entertainment. Again, I'm very interested in developing and producing and distributing games. See, that's one thing about Web3 entrepreneur wise. Once again, there's a whole new way of distributing things. There's a whole new way of cutting out the middleman, so to speak. There's a whole new way not having to pay. Okay, a quick example. Amazon. I sold on Amazon for years. You want to know one of the problems about Amazon and eBay and stuff like that? They take the retail margin, like 35%, what used to be the retail margin, which means you're actually selling at wholesale, which means you better be supplying at arbitrage or very cheap, because what's going to happen with the price is people that are really rotten entrepreneurs and shouldn't be in business will lower the price until no one's making any money. It's called market saturation. And anyhow, that's a whole nother area of entrepreneurship. But so will these people want to work as a team in a greater entrepreneurial incorporation, organization? What ontology, or I guess all of those would be in our ontology, in my ontology. Okay, don't take this, don't freak out. But another thing I could say, I've got many projects I'm working on. Uh, Quad Mind has been re-declared as Billionaire Mind Machine, BMM, trademark. We always go for trademarks if we can, because another larger than life thing with the company is I looked at myself. Oh, I cracked myself up. Um, like onions, there's many layers. I guess. I don't know. So, got a few more minutes I can yak. But yeah, my plans for this business is huge and very big. And again, not only can you end up with $1 million within 2 years, but and not to say that you wouldn't have spending money sooner. See, I don't believe in a wage. Yeah, that's right. So I guess I need entrepreneurs. So that's cool if they can see it. I mean, if you could see it, you'd be here now, right? We'd be talking on Zoom and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that's been my feeble attempt at outreach and try to see if there's somebody out there that wants to be part of this company. Another lady said she was sounded like a lifelong bookkeeper, still does that. So my response is, well, can she be our financial person? Because I we need a financial department. I don't care if a lot of stuff has to get outsourced or whatever. I've never been a big one for bookkeeping. I mean, I guess we'll have to start being disciplined about that. But um, again, if someone doesn't want to or can't do the work, I'm okay with them lining up like a Fiverr gig or something to outsource it. My problem is I launched the Fiverr gigs, but I don't follow up and I don't follow through. So again, that was the job of a project manager. That they go out and find some potential um, candidates in Fiverr, or I don't know if they call it freelancer anymore. Upwork, I think, is still around. Um, and of course, I'm very interested in working with Mechanical Turk. So that's another thing is if we could frame things that we need done or prefer to have done as something we can hire through Mechanical Turk, that would be great. And that's the purpose of Mechanical Turk. I got a couple minutes. I'll quickly mention Mechanical Turk again. Um, whether we use Mechanical Turk or not, which by the way is owned by Amazon, who's been around forever, or not, is I would like us to develop our own system that's inspired by Mechanical Turk. Now, what Mechanical Turk does is, as we started developing systems that use humans to use the software, which is pretty straightforward and ubiquitous and assumed these days, some smart system developers asked, well, what if the computer programs that are being run somewhere can make a request of a human, and the human does the work and then sends the deliverable back to the computer program, and now the compute it's kind of like an oracle, I guess. Yeah, it'd be like a human oracle, which is a term that's more and more being used in Web3. It's a very big area, oracles, which gets into mock architecture and webhooks, but that's really at the bottom of the rabbit hole right now, so to speak. So we're very interested in integrating humans into the machine. And I like the term machine better than computer or whatever. Um, 12 minutes? You know, I should start uploading some of this stuff. Do I want to do that? What am I getting myself in for? That's one of the things I find myself in these smart connect sessions and stuff saying, well, we can always talk. But and I always get this ellipsis mentally, thought balloon. It says, yeah, and that has gotten me into trouble before. But oh well. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm my own. We are our own venture capitalists. Not gonna give $100 million off to some greedy bozo in San Francisco or something. Yeah, we've got use for that money ourselves, and a lot of that is for making more money because money's fun.